Hey, everybody. We are live for the Trading Battle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the third installment of the 2024 Trading Battle. I'm your host, Chris Pulver. Nice to be with all of you today. We have an action-packed day. It has been a crazy afternoon already. I've got trades running all over the place. I'm sitting on a bunch of profit. I'm up 20K in my accounts. But it's not about me. Let's talk about the two pugilists, the trading battlers extraordinaire. They need no introduction, but I'm going to give them one. Let's start off with, in the blue corner, we have a man from Atlanta, Georgia, trading for 8 years. A1 Trading, maybe you've heard of it. Nick Syiek, mostly swing trades, trades indexes, trades options, trades currencies. Nick is here fresh off of a session with FOMC. Nick, I just had some trades close out. I've got one more position to close out right now, and I'm going to do that while I'm talking to you, but I'll turn the mic over to you. Introduce yourself. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Check your microphone, Nick. I got you muted, buddy.
You can hear me now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
loud
good.
And clear.
Sorry about that. That was a beginner moment. Yeah, so we just got off a live stream reacting to FOMC. This is the first time during the trading battle. I'm pumped to be here. I've been doing it several times in the past, but this year, trading battle is out of control. They got some awesome people behind the scenes making it better than ever. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. Trading battle is going to be a blast. You, me, and Boris, we're going to have a lot of fun. And hopefully we can trade, make some money. And remember, the winnings go to charity. So what's not to love about the trading battle?
Exactly that. And speaking of Boris, you mentioned the name. So let's throw Boris in the mix here. Ladies and gentlemen, again, a man that needs no introduction. He's been in the markets for 20 years. You might know him from his service, BK, Forex, FX Flow, Boris Schlossberg. You see him on CNBC Asia. You see him on CNBC Europe. You see him on Squawk Box. He is here. Gentlemen, I want to turn you both loose. Boris, say hello. Welcome to the Trading Battle, Installment 3. You typically see Boris as a host, and here he is battling it out. He and Nick both yesterday were like, let's get after it. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to destroy you. It's kind of like the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul Battle Royale coming in July. So we've got it here.
I'm older, and Mike Tyson is about 10,000 times better than Jake Paul in all the preview videos on TikTok. I feel pretty good about it. Yeah. Anyways.
It's going to be nuts.
Very excited. I'm already looking. There's so many things popping post this FOMC. Dollar yen is definitely going to be, I think, on the chopping block today, and lots of other trades. So it should be a very exciting trading battle for all of us.
I don't know if you guys can hear that crazy Price is Right jingling, but I've got some trades closing out. My SPY trade is done today. My XSP trade is trying to close out. My DIA trade is done. So anyway, all good. So fellas, what do you say that I turn you loose? We're fresh off FOMC. Let's talk about that first and foremost. So before we jump in and start trading, I know the goal today is let's make some money for charity. Let's have some good trades. We talked about NVIDIA being the one thing to trade, but Boris, what are your thoughts on NVIDIA? Nick and I talked about it, 15 minutes ago. NVIDIA is dead flat on the day, and we've got all this other movement in the indexes. So what's your take, and any trades you want to jump right in and take in a 3-2-1 setting? I want you guys to both just start firing trades if you're ready.
Oh yeah, all right. Then I'm gonna sell dollar yen right now as we speak. Okay. Hang on, let me just do this. But we're gonna do this in a very. You can take a look at my screen here. We're gonna put this. Take profit. Gonna just make. I think it's 200. We're gonna use ticks over here, right? So 200. Let's see if we can sell it. Sell. Oh, I didn't put my stops and targets. Now I got to put stops and targets. Sorry, guys, it was a little bit fast. All right, yeah. It's really fascinating. The FOMC story. I mean, NVIDIA is dead. Who cares about NVIDIA? What's moving now is currencies, oil, all the good stuff. And the reason why is because, I mean, it's shocking at how lackadaisical the Fed is. We are literally at like all-time highs on the equities. Everybody's got a job and more money to spare than God. Inflation is through the roof, and they're like, we're going to cut rates, like it's the great financial crisis. So shocking, I think, to everybody to think that they're going to stick with June. I was sort of really thinking that we're going to push it to September. Now Jerome was talking, and he's very, very circumspect. He obviously doesn't want to tip his hat, but like the dot plot did not move, and that was a key thing. I said the key thing in front of the FOMC was going to be the dot plot. If any of the other governors were going to basically do this, so The fact that they did not, the fact that they're just sticking to the fact that they are going to cut rates in June is very dovish, the market, bullish for equities and dovish dollar yen. So I'm short this thing and it's dying.
Okay.
And, I'll probably close it out right now just for fun. Let's go.
Chris, I just went long gold. You heard me talking about it before we before we jumped into the trading battle. I've got long positions on gold in my own trading account. Don't love that I'm buying towards the highs, but this thing is making a nice move. I love the story here today. Boris was just talking about the dot plot. It still seems like, to my own surprise, to be honest, I thought that there was a good chance that they would look at the inflation data and say, yeah, let's chill out on that. 3 rate cuts this idea. I was thinking maybe we hear 2. Didn't get it, got 3. Market loves it. And I totally agree with Boris, the idea of, some of the fun side of stuff is the commodities, the currencies, stuff that's making real great moves off of this this FOMC event. I went long gold. If you guys can see my screen here, I just entered the position, stop below the low here. And we're in the trade. Like I said, don't love where I'm buying it, but the overall uptrend, I'll take the trade. And while I have my, my position here, I do have, this is a trade just from my own kind of setup that I've been in some time, but I did take a recent buy. So going to just stick with what's working for me. Yes, it's at the highs, but momentum is favoring the bulls right now for gold. And I think that maybe this correction by time, we didn't see a big pullback in gold, but just kind of a week-long consolidation period might be all it needs. Story for the dollar looks still relatively weak. I think what was there in 2022 and parts of 2023, where it was this fear of like continuous rate hikes, that story has dried up, and now it's not only are we going to get rate cuts, but how soon? And we kind of got some answers there today. So I like the trade. Longer term, I think gold has room to the upside. We'll see if I'm right.
I like it. I am closing out a couple other positions on the SPY. Let me see if I can get this one done. Just less for me to worry about. More focus on you guys. Getting filled here, hopefully at 370 for another $1 credit. I'll let that pend. Sitting here at all, 519 fresh highs in the SPY. Qs, I just got that SPY closed out for another $1. Good. So let me ask you guys a question. SPY compared to the Qs, compared to the DIA. Boris, make some sense of the major indexes, the Russell. You think this is dovish from the Fed? You think this is bullish on stocks? Now, let me ask you this. How are we going to continue to head higher without having a pullback? I mean, I thought the catalyst would be, look, there's going to be some profit taking and the Fed's going to talk it down. That's not happening.
The way it works is it's always like, we get the initial knee-jerk reaction today. We're going to get a correction tomorrow, probably. It's always that way. Generally, honestly, I've actually seen lots of studies of the FOMC day. The 1 week from now, it's a 1% move either way. It's not like this is not definitive one way or the other. There'll be other much more important factors. Really, the single most important factor will be how strong the inflationary pressures are, how strong the consumer is going forward the next 2 or 3 months, and whether the companies are going to be able to continue to pass on prices and basically maintain their margins or keep their margins. Because really, the stock market is running on earnings story right now. It's as long as they're maintaining their earnings really at just an extraordinarily strong pace. Companies right now are kind of in the absolute golden age of profit taking because they have the power of AI and computer automation to just shave their costs down to a bone, while at the same time raising their prices optimally. I think the single most interesting story of the last 2 weeks was the fact that Wendy's was thinking of going on, surge pricing, which I don't know if you guys have heard this story.
Yeah, I saw that garbage. They're going to charge you more because you want to eat during lunch and dinner?
Well, so here's the thing that, everybody hates that story because everybody comes to a restaurant, they expect to pay what they pay. But I'm afraid that's going to be the new Brave New World we're all going to be looking at because the way they're going to probably play this is they're going to give you offers. They're going to say you're going to buy 2 burgers for 1, if you book a meal today. And if you don't book a meal today, you don't get that deal. So they're going to entice demand. And we're all going to be, it's not going to be unusual, maybe a year from now, for us to be booking our meal next Thursday for Wendy's because it's a 2 to 1 discount, which is the way we book airplane tickets or the way we book hotels. Consumer behavior is really going to be manipulated to an incredible extent. And that's, I think, going to obviously help company profit, profit factors, and that's going to, I think, continue to really be the underlying bid for the market right now. So in the near term, yeah, we're absolutely overbought. Clearly, you want to see a little bit of a correction, but I think it's going to be shallow for the time being. I mean, I was a bear when I came in at the beginning of this year. I was dead wrong, and I've totally changed my mind. And if you're not long, you're wrong. Basically, I think that's a story at this point.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, I'm pretty much bullish up until the run up of the election. I think now that the Fed has come out just kind of playing their hand with like, look, we're on pace with the 3 rate cuts like the market expects. I think they're playing their cards very wisely. Powell still said things of, we're trying to get inflation down. Listen to some interesting content on right now. The Fed will deal with inflation if they absolutely have to, rearing its head by 0.1% year over year and having these little tiny incremental spikes.
Right.
As far as what we see for the March CPI, it's looking at going up higher again, like another 0.1 of 1%. So I think the Fed is still looking at, we have heavy amounts of fiscal stimulus. Monetary policy remains stable. They're shrinking the balance sheet, but they're not talking about doing anything to disrupt this current run that we've seen. I think that this is a political play by the Fed, whether you want to call them a private entity or not. This is very much political to keep things stable going into the election. But I think right now you have pretty much a complacent market where all they want to do is buy. All they want to do is buy the dip. We see it every single day. I thought if we had corrections, single digits, totally fine. A 3 to 5% correction, I'd love to see it on the technical side, but we might not see it. We might just keep blowing these highs off and until it gets bubblicious. Now, I wanted to point one thing out. If NVIDIA takes over Apple for the top market cap in the world, I think that might be the sign of at least a short-term top. That's a little crazy to me.
I've heard people talk about that. I've heard people pointing out that when NVIDIA takes over, that's a sell signal. I think that's kind of interesting.
It could be at least
NVIDIA,
short term.
I'll push back on the bullish thing because I'm not a bear, and I couldn't get caught being a bear in this type of market. You get just destroyed. But I do think that I kind of agree with you guys in terms of like a healthy correction would be nice. Chris knows he comes on our show regularly, so he knows that I've been waiting for a pullback for some time. I parked in gold recently, which has been not a bad place to be at all. I've sold some puts on TLT. I've been doing some really boring and steady stuff that's been working all right. Just been also waiting for the opportunity on the S&P and NAS. But again, the market is speaking right now. Another thing that's been interesting to me is look at the Russell. The Russell's up 1.5% today. If you want to talk about how interest rates are impacting the market, sure, you can look at NASDAQ and the S&P. And shortly before the trading battle started, I pointed out that those markets have other factors. They're pumped up on the AI trade, the tech trade. But if you look at Russell, this is an area of the market. This and gold are an area that are much more sensitive specifically to rates. So it's going to be interesting to see if this can last. But right now, market seems hot. I definitely would not be looking to short this market. While I personally probably can't justify getting long either, definitely a hard place to short.
All right, let's do this. Let's get into challenge number 2. Challenge number 2. So, Boris, you've already traded dollar yen. Nick, you already traded gold. Let's throw another commodity out there. You guys want to jump in? I would say we can include a crypto. Let's consider Bitcoin if interested. If you want to trade silver, you want to trade oil, you want to trade a futures, you want to trade a CFD. Everything here, we're using brokers or the broker's 8cap. We're trading out a TradingView platform, easy fills. You can see it on the screen. Challenge number 2, 3, 2, 1. Come on.
What was that?
That was our intro for trading.
Fancy. I like it.
I hit something and I thought I broke the platform. Okay.
No, we are good. So commodity, you guys are on tap. Whatever you guys want to trade, shout it out. Let's share the screens. Let's get some trades in. What do you like?
I'm thinking, I was looking at oil. I already picked gold. Do I just kind of skimp out and chase silver here? I don't know. So come back to me. Boris, do you have a more obvious pick than I do? I already picked gold. I should have picked something else for my first one.
I'm scalping. I guess if you're looking, you guys want to look at my screen, I can explain to you a little bit, my scalp the indicator. So this is a scalp indicator we use every single day. I don't really scalp gold with it. I scalp equities with it. But you might find it very interesting. This is a 1-minute chart, right? I'm just going to explain it to you because I think you guys will find interesting the whole methodology here. So what it does is these little green
you guys
bars.
switch the screen to Boris's screen? Sorry, I just wanted to so we could see what you're saying, Boris. We got you.
Let's go. Where's my
There
director?
you go.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, you see my screen. Okay, very good. All right, let's talk about this. So 1 minute chart, 8-period simple moving average. My life is very simple. If you're sort of on the right side of the 8-period moving simple moving average, you're pretty much on the right side of the trade, I think. And so this is basically kind of an interesting idea. Now, this is purely scalping. I haven't tried it on any longer term time ranges, so I don't really know. But the idea is if you're stretched away from the moving average, and in this particular case, this is normalized to 7 basis points from the underlying. So it's like, 7 basis points is 0.7%. So it's just a small stretch away, but it's basically a large move in a very short period of time, right? The idea is that you're going to have mean reversion, that the price naturally is going to swim back to the moving average and then cross over it. Now, the one thing that we do, which is I think you might find interesting, but as a matter of fact, I have a signal coming up right now, is that we do not do single trade entry. In other words, if we get stopped out, you see this is a stop out target. This is a 20-point target, 20-point stop, right? So I'm long here at gold. This is $2 target, 200 ticks, $2 target, right? So I'm long. I get stopped out. The algo waits very patiently for another setup. Second entry, boom, I get done. Now this is a new setup. Price gets stretched away from moving average, comes back to the moving average back above. I buy it, done. Price comes back from moving average, I buy it, done. Here's another trade. Now, right now, buying, basically scalping gold to the long side is like taking candy from a baby. It's literally like 3 consecutive winning trades. This one may be the 4th trade, right? We're in at 83. The target is going to be like 85. We'll see if it hits it, and you see how it goes. And the same principle goes to the other side. You can do the short side. Now, we never do the short side. I certainly never do the short side in gold because I'm basically a bull on gold. But it works on the short side too, the opposite. As long as you're stretched away from moving average, come back to the moving average, take the trade. Get stopped out, wait for the next setup, get done. Get stopped out, wait for the next setup, get done. It's really, really simple, but incredibly effective. Do this all day, every day in my room, and that's how we make our money. So we're basically, just to get you an idea, I'm not in this trade, but my algo is 83.85, 85.85 gets me done for for yet another winning trade on the scalp side. So for those of you who are degenerate traders like everybody in my room, this is a really, really fun way of trading because it keeps you engaged all day long. We do 10, 12 trades like this, and I'm actually going to be doing a webinar tonight, kind of discussing all of these strategies in full detail. You guys are welcome to come join me. It's a free webinar. And my thought behind why I day trade is precisely because I have minimal risk. The idea is we have no overnight risk, we have no market regime risk, we have no risk. I am basically just chirping away like a pigeon eats food. If you ever seen a pigeon in the city, you can never kill a pigeon, right? They're always, they'll chirp a little bit of food and they'll fly away the moment there is any kind of danger. And that's me. I collect profits like a pigeon does. You'll never kill me that way. That's sort of my idea.
Fair enough, Pigeon Boris. I took a trade too. I went with Bitcoin because you said I could trade crypto.
Oh, so. Yes. You never even looked at Biddy.
Hey, it's a high risk, high reward kind of asset in general. I went for it because the sentiment here today. Look at the Nasdaq, look at the S&P. You've had the Bitcoin market pull back. Am I a long-term believer in Bitcoin? No, but I've talked about this many times that I kind of use it as a trading vehicle. I think it's a good risk on, risk off tool, just like the S&P 500 is. Although it's been trading a lot with gold here recently, just as a possible alternative to the dollar, which is a weird one. But there's been a rising case for that for third world countries, for people who, are a little bit concerned about the dollar, the debt bomb that could potentially go off at any moment, that sort of stuff. Bitcoin's had a little bit of popularity, I think, not just because of the risk off sentiment or risk on sentiment, but also because of other things as well. I think Bitcoin could run. It's pulled back to the support level. I picked it up long on the daily chart here. stops below this swing low here intraday. Thought that was interesting. And again, with Nasdaq up 1% here on the day, it's touching up against the resistance here that we have around 18,300. Let's call it. S&P's having a wonderful day here, breaking through the highs, and gold is making a really nice move here. So I like Bitcoin. We'll see where it takes me.
So it's funny. While he was talking, I faded him and I shorted Bitcoin. So let's see who's right.
Did you? All right. I love it.
Just I went off the 65s. I'm like, it looks a little overbought. It looks pretty weak. Bitcoin had a huge crash yesterday, and I still think it's stumbling a little bit, like a drunken sailor. So I'm willing to punch the guy when he's down.
Boris, I'm just curious. While you're on the topic, do you think Bitcoin long term is a thing, or do you not have an opinion long term like me?
Well, define long term first off.
Like 5 years. 5 years from now, is Bitcoin like up in like the $500,000 a coin? Like, and do all the vendors all over the internet use Bitcoin, or no?
No, nobody ever uses Bitcoin for anything. Let's just start with that.
But it goes up, and I make a lot of money.
Can Bitcoin be 500,000 5 years from now? Yes. Can it be 0 5 years from now? Yes.
Okay.
It's got the same value as a pet rock.
So you're not a believer.
Well, believer
Jamie
in
Dimon.
what? Believer in what? Like, what is there is no use case for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just a really bad database that's incredibly energy inefficient. So if you want a distributed spreadsheet across the world where everybody spends huge amount of computer cycles creating nothing, yeah, it's great. But it has zero use case, except for the fact that everybody contextually accepts it as a portable store of value, right? So as long as Bitcoin is worth something, it'll be worth something. But it has no intrinsic worth. It's no intrinsic worth. There's my favorite. One of my favorite YouTube videos was like this one guy who did a parody of Bitcoin. And one of the things that happens is we have a sun flare, and everybody's digital data gets erased, and his Bitcoin goes from like 100,000 to nothing. And that's pretty much, I think, is the story of Bitcoin. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a maximalist or minimalist. I am just a amused observer. And I think at this point we've stopped seeing any argument for Bitcoin. Like, in other words, before it used to be, it's going to solve the world. It's going to be this. Everybody's going to put everything on chain. The rally now is like, we're just buying it because its number goes up. Number goes up. We're buying it.
Yep.
I actually posted, what's a bigger bubble, Nvidia or Bitcoin? I haven't. I got to check that poll. But so far, I think Bitcoin was running ahead. As far as
I would agree with that. I think Nvidia. I'd rather put. If you ask me, like, you got to put 10 grand in one or the other, Nvidia for me, because it has earnings.
Which probably means
earnings not that ridiculous as long as the earnings come in as expected. But Bitcoin, I have no idea what I'm putting my money in.
But here's the thing. The irony of the whole thing is, if you put 10,000 in Bitcoin, 10,000 into Nvidia on like what is common sense, intelligent, trading basis, it's almost certain that Bitcoin will double and Nvidia will probably stay flat. Just because of the way the markets are working. Because right now, Bitcoin is moving on flow. And flow, so far, you get ETF flow. ETF flow is far in excess of production flow. And that's basically it. It's an artificial shortage, right? Because computer cycles to produce this are very expensive. ETF, paper shares are really easy to get to. So that's what's going on, But yeah, that's my view on Bitcoin. I don't hate it. I don't love it. But I've just decided I'm never going to, it's not going to be part of my portfolio. Probably to my detriment, but it is what it is.
I'm gonna say this. So interesting. I'd say we can have the same conversation, and you can just replace the word Bitcoin with gold. And I'll say this: don't be upset. I think the people that are long gold to be anti the dollar or long gold for store value are the same people, maybe a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more traditional than everyone that's getting into long Bitcoin. I think as a trader, this is how I've been in Bitcoin since 2016. Trader runs. We had that big, once they created a futures market in 2019, 2018, 2019. I got pullbacks. And so my cost basis for Bitcoin for me personally is around 15 grand. That's what I started participating around 4. participated this year at 17, 5, and 20 and 30. So as a trader, I would like to see where it goes this year. I'm long. I have some, Boris, we talked about this offline. I have some longer term like diagonal spreads that I'm trading on BITO, which does not own Bitcoin, but it is a spot correlation to the actual price. I do have IBIT as well. I bought some shares today for the same reason. It's like, as a trader, I'll participate in Bitcoin. As a bag holder, I don't want to be that person. When I'm up 5x, when I'm up 10x, I'm going to take some profit. And I think that is good for the portfolio. But it's interesting. You've got a Michael Saylor. You've got, I just listened to this podcast the other day with something on gold's inflation, Silvercrest metals. They basically are, it's kind of in the miners arena, but they have silver and gold and precious metals on their balance sheet. And basically that's the inflation hedge against current inflation with the dollar and the the lack of purchasing power that the dollar continues to go through. So anyway, that's another subject. I want to open it up. We're getting to challenge 3 here in about 5 minutes. But as we do in the trading battle, we always love to give back. These traders are in here grinding out in the markets. We're going to see what the spot check P&Ls at the end of the day. But each one of you are trading for a charity of your choice, a charity that's near and dear to your heart. So, Nick, if you wouldn't mind telling us, would you go into a little bit more on your charity you're trading for? Habitat for Humanity. Yes? Tell us about that.
Habitat for Humanity. Yep. So obviously a mission anybody can get behind, basically just building homes, shelters, things for people who are in need all over the world. So if this gold and Bitcoin trade can come through for me, then we'll build a shelter. That'd be awesome.
That would be fantastic. And Boris, something near and dear to your heart. Is this a local charity for you? Is Animal Haven local, or is that national?
It is. No, it is. No, Animal Haven is in New York City.
Nice.
Place that basically is, I think, a no-kill shelter. Actually, very, very nice place, right off Canal Street. Literally, like just near Chinatown, in between Soho and Chinatown. Really good place. We've adopted 2 dogs from there. It's a great place, and I love it. I'm a huge pet lover. We have 3 dogs. Mm-hmm. I can bring one over in just 1 second to show you when Nick shows this thing. And I'm a big believer in helping rescue animals, because nothing gives you more joy in life, I think, than a dog, right? What is it? Somebody said, if you want to, you have a pet as well.
Yep.
And they're just wonderful. So really, really excited to trade for the charity.
Perfect. And we look forward to seeing profits for both you guys, and let's donate big. So let's get into challenge 3, and this is any stock based on earnings season. Now, we are at the tail end of earnings season for Q4. We have 256 companies printing this week. The one that I found notable is Micron. That's MU is the ticker. I can go into the calendar here and actually show. Let me go to Earnings Whisper, or let me go to StockTwits actually. StockTwits earnings calendar. Because let's see if we can find some other notables for anything that gets us through the end of the week. So here's the earnings calendar. Today, aftermarket, let's see what we have for aftermarket today. So let me go reporting. After bell, see if we can find some. So let's see here. We've got lithium. We have Micron. There's the MU ticker. It's trading up to 96 right now. I have a butterfly spread on myself. If we get up to 103, that butterfly spread is going to be worth about 10 to 1. If we go down to 88, where we had an NVIDIA gap, that'll be worth about 9 to 1. We'll see what happens. I paid about 70 cents for the total debit. So if I'm wrong, I lose 70 bucks. If I'm right, I make 500 bucks. I'm not going to complain. 5 below, that's $207. That's like Dollar Tree in a way, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. That's coming out after bell today. That stock price is at 207. Anything else that sounds Chewy.com. All right, look, Boris, you're a pet lover. Do you use Chewy.com prescriptions? And it's kind of like your Amazon for pets.
No, I'm not. Okay. I love pets. I don't love Chewy.
Okay. Well, I happen to be. I'm long on Chewy, but my cost basis is literally under the stock price right now, and I'm just going to ride that thing out. There's pretty good valuation. It's profitable. We're looking at like fair value is about 25 bucks. So I'm waiting, and I mean it's in the tech play, but it's kind of got like Amazon logistics to. I mean, anything I order, I get it in 1 to 2 days. So I'm not as a user, I like it a lot. But again, there's probably some issues with the stock. We'll take a look. So that's one as well. KB Homes, it's similar to Toll Brothers Lennar. It's trading at 70.13. It's up today about 2.79%. That ticker's KBH. We also have Let's see, Vasta Platforms. That's dirt cheap. I'm sure that's something in the software tech. We got Nortech Systems for cybersecurity and identity. So that's about it as far as what I see. So, I mean, Micron might be the play. I mean, you guys can, and again, we can go to tomorrow as well. So this is aftermarket today. Let's go to tomorrow. We have Nike tomorrow. We can go before the bell and any other notables here. So let's see here. I said Nike earlier. Let me go to my little cheat sheet here that gives me a notable. Anything for Thursday. So Accenture, Darden Restaurants, FedEx, Lululemon, Nike. A couple of those might be worth taking a look at. NKE is Nike, Lululemon is Lulu. That's aftermarket on Thursday. Issue with that, if you're trading the stock, is expiration would be out to either this Friday, the 22nd, or the following Friday. These trades, because of Wednesday, will probably be closing it out by Monday or Tuesday next week. So you don't get a full expiration cycle unless you're going out to only this Friday. So just food for thought.
Okay.
Chris, are we limited to earnings only? We chatted about it. I don't know.
No. I'll say this, because we are in the end of earnings season. How about if you guys want to trade something that is liquid, that has, $5 to $10 million a share per day? I mean, trade a liquid stock, and you think we're going to get a mover. Today's FOMC, so the market's clearly opened up the floodgates. We got a lot of movement out there. So I would say if you like a stock, call it out, tell us why, and share the screen and get into the stock if you like it.
Okay, I'll do one. It's the easy one.
Okay.
We talked about it. We talked about it over and over. It's NVIDIA.
Yep.
I think in this market, and this is, I'll say this, I'm trading for charity here, so I'm going risky. If this market regime stays hot the way it is, the AI trade has to lead, in my opinion. If it's going to keep going, AI's got to lead. That's what got it here. It's got to keep going. So if I'm going to trade a stock, it's going to be long NVIDIA. Obviously this is a circumstance, a time sensitive thing when we do the trading battle. So we don't always get the best timings of what you want to buy, but I'll take NVIDIA. It's had a dip off the highs, but barely anything. It's at 900 a share. It was at like 300 a couple, feels like just yesterday, but anyways, I'll take NVIDIA long. That's my easy snap call.
Okay. Boris, what do you like?
I like Meta. I'm gonna go large. I think I'm actually
the two hottest stocks in the entire world.
Yeah. So I guess my point is we're gonna trade against each other. I'm gonna bet on the fact that Meta outperforms NVIDIA over the next couple of days. Yeah. That's really what we're gonna be trading here. So you know what? No stops, no limits, baby. Let's go.
Oh baby.
All right.
Let it roll.
I'm trying to figure out what my sizing is. If I do this, how much is that? That's nothing, right? That's a couple of. So this thing is actually giving me a hard time because of all the leverage limitations. I think did it get me? No, I'm rejecting it. Insufficient margin. Okay, so we're gonna do maybe half lot. Let's see if we can do half lot. I'm just trying to maximize my margin opportunities here. Okay, no, cannot be processed. All right. We'll go lower. Maybe we'll go 3/10 of a lot.
Will you double check and make sure it's not a limit order? Make sure it's a market order, Boris. You could probably get it.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. It's not.
Okay.
It's not the lot. It's not the lots. It's the. Thank you so much. Let's see if I can do full lot. I'm gonna do buy full lot market. Let's go big. No, contact your account manager. I think okay, 0.5. Let's see if we can do this again. Market.
Nick, what was your size on NVIDIA, Nick?
I did 0.1. And I did two
Boris,
orders.
you did 0.5. You did 0.5.
I did half a lot. Meta.
Okay.
It's Animal Haven or bust, baby. It's we're gonna go all the way to the wall here.
Hey, Boris, I got an idea.
Yeah.
I'll short a stock if you short a stock.
It's because you probably have something in mind. I don't have anything that I really.
I don't have anything in mind either. I mentioned earlier I would never short in this market. Now let's short for charity.
You know what? I will short. I don't know if we can trade it. Does FTX? Do we have FTX? Let me see if I can find FTX. Because I think FedEx is going to be. FedEx is tradable. I think I'll short. I'll short FedEx.
Okay, FedEx. Okay, I have no idea what I wanted to short.
Let me see if we can go order. I don't even know how much margin do I have left. Like it's going to say you're out of margin. Oh, look at my. Oh, I'm short. I'm also short Okay, let me take this off. I was while you guys were talking, I was short Nasdaq, and I took that. It was a very, very amateur play. So what do I have? I have half a margin. So let's go. God, the thing is that I'm, could FedEx surprise with a surprising volume increase? No, I think Amazon's killing him. I think I got to go. I'm going to sell FedEx. I'm going to sell FedEx maybe like at a 1/10 of a lot. Oops, no take profits. Just sell them. Just sell them. Oh no, did I say? Sorry, not limit. I don't want to limit. Sorry. We want to do. I keep forgetting that we have to do market. Okay, so let's see. Can we do this? Yeah. Okay. Sold. So I'm short FedEx. What do you want to do?
I shorted Tesla just now.
Oh, that's not a bad one either. But that's a stock that's been down a lot already. But that's probably a pretty good one.
So I shorted Tesla.
Now I'm mad because I think your short's going to work much better than mine.
You could still take it. You could take a bigger size than mine on Tesla if you're more convicted.
Follow on Tesla. No, okay, I'll leave it to you. Let's just hope the shorts, the longs squeeze you to death.
We get a broader rally. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing would make me happy.
Things look
I'm going to tweet at Elon and say, "Hey, Nick just went short your stock. Make sure
hold on 1 second.
Buyers squeeze him. He's an animal lover, so maybe he'll go for it."
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Tesla, we've got Nvidia, we have FedEx, right? We've got Bitcoin, we've got gold. Any other currency plays you're in, Boris, or are you in and out already because you were so quick to scalp on dollar yen? Are you in anything right now, currency wise?
I was in and out of dollar yens. I was in and out of this, and I was actually having a hard time a little bit with placing trades, so I just closed everything out. So right now, I think I'm going to let Meta float, and I'm going to let FedEx float, and we're going to just see where they go before the end of the challenge, because those are going to be the two primary trades.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, before we wrap up challenge 1, 2, and 3, each of you have some special giveaways and some offers for everyone coming in to watch the trading battle. They could be watching us live today. Make sure you like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We are, it's youtube.com/thetradingbattle. We'll make sure we share all the details for where to follow Nick and where to follow Boris. But you also have some offers for everyone watching today. If you're watching the recording as well, Boris, let's start with you. What type of offering education package you have at BK Forex and yourself for all the trading battlers?
So I have a great offer. Everything we do, my education, my coaching, my signals, my indicators, my MT5 EAs, all of it for this much, for $0.000. I'm giving it for free. All you have to do is open an account or fund your existing account at 8cap at various levels. If you want 6 months, it's $5,000. The best deal is if you fund it for $10,000 USD. So it doesn't matter whatever currency you want to use. It's approximate to USD. You will get 18 months, a year and a half of everything we do for no money, which is like the greatest deal ever, because you're spending no money. You're gonna trade anyways. You might as well have all the great education support tools and everything else. All those tools that I showed you on TradingView that I wrote myself, all the MT5 EAs that will execute for you, and all of our coaching and all my live trading every single day. That all comes with the package. So
that's unbelievable.
Be my guest. The links are going to be in the show. Or if you just if you don't know how to do it, email me contact@bktraders.com or boris@bktraders.com. It'll all come to me, and I'll be happy to help you along.
And Chris and Boris, I just want to mention for people who are watching on my live stream where we're dual streaming, if you're watching on the TraderNick side, if you're watching on my channel, the link for Boris's stuff and for my stuff that I'm about to talk about is all linked down below in the description. So you can also find Boris, like he said, you can contact him directly. Links there. Also, I'll just go into my thing. A lot of people who are watching my side as well. You could I'll mirror. It's a battle here. So I'll compete with Boris even on the promo. Okay. You can get access to our software, the Edge Finder, totally for free. Again, the link, the promo stuff will be down below in the description. If you can show my screen for just a second really quick, guys, on the stream team here, the stream dream team. Many people will know my software helps traders to look through various different pieces of information, everything from the commitment of traders data, retail positioning, economic data, and of course our algorithm, which kind of strings it all together. All of this yours for free if you sign up with 8cap. We very much have put together that offer. It's an awesome one for you. So the details for that, just click the link down below in the description. If you sign up, create an account, there's like deposit limits for both Boris and for myself, either one. All of the details.
Yeah, or you could, if you're really smart, you could just split it, man. Just do a little bit of each.
Genius.
Thinking like a trader, you could do whatever you like.
Yeah,
anyways, the point is, we want you guys to succeed. We have amazing tools, both on the fundamental side and on the technical side. And if you're going to trade, you're going to trade with ACAP, best broker in the world. We love them. And that's all we want you to do. It's basically a way to get thousands upon thousands of trading education dollars for literally zero. I don't think we've ever done that before. I don't think you're gonna find that offer anywhere in the world. Yeah.
No, it's fantastic. So hey, we've got some time, guys. I mean, we've been flying through this session with an action-packed trading battle, and kudos to you guys for taking it all in. I'm happy in the background that I closed out a ton of positions, which I was happy to do, especially today, because it's less I have to worry about for Thursday, Friday. We do have some questions that I wanted to field from the viewers today. So a couple of questions that came up. Boris, what indicator are you using that you showed on your TradingView charts? Do you mind sharing that? Since if people check the description, if you want to get access to all the indicators, all the education, all the coaching, all the EAs from, software from Nick and education from Boris, all you have to do is fund an account, check it out. But Boris, what indicator were you using when you showed your charts?
So you're never going to find this indicator anywhere on TradingView because it's proprietary. It doesn't exist in any TradingView library. It's only available from BK, or obviously, if you guys open an account with ACAP or fund your account with ACAP, you're going to be able to get it. It's available only to BK members. This is called the Bounce Scalper. It's one out of three that I have for to show you. I wrote this indicator myself. What's really, really cool about this indicator is not only does it show you all the buys and sells. It's really a strategy, not just an indicator, but it's totally it has templates for every major instrument you want. So for example, right now I showed you the NASDAQ setup, but if you go to US 30, all you got to do is go into settings, choose US 30, and it will give you the proper stops and targets for US 30 and give you the proper setups for that. You want to go to gold, it will do the same thing with gold. All we got to do is, so it has all these built-in templates, which makes it super easy. Where's gold? Here's gold. Makes it super easy to quickly, scalp any instrument you want with the proper recommended stops, targets, and everything else in between. So just, very, very useful. I wrote it because I'm a trader, obviously. So this is a very trading, it's not written by an engineer. It's written by a trader, and, with lots and lots of input from everybody in my room. And hopefully you guys really, really enjoy it. It's one out of three that we use every single day to basically pick our sweet spots. And as you can see, they're pretty sweet so far, right?
They are pretty sweet.
Does a good job.
Yeah, so, that's silky smooth. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So today, and it obviously, of course, it works especially well in days like today because it's designed for high volatility moves. So that's the whole idea. Yeah.
Excellent. One more question. We got a couple more. I'd like to field like maybe 2 or 3 more questions. This goes to both you. One of you can take it. Nick, I'll start with you. If you had one pick for next week, what would you trade? So come into, let's say, end of this week or going to next week. By the way, remember that the week is going to be done on Thursday, the 28th. That's our quarterly expirations. We have Good Friday, so the markets are closed. Forex is still open, but what's the trade you like going into next week?
Yeah. So I think I feel I've got it already positioned along on gold. For me, I've been the most convicted about that recently. It's what's working in my account. And I think, there's an old expression that I really love. Sometimes the best stock to buy is the one you already own. And of course, it applies more broadly to other areas of the market, and gold is not a stock. But I do kind of subscribe to that. I'm a momentum trader in general. I like to trade with the trend. I like to, especially, I've been saying, Chris, it feels like a broken record for some time that gold is all about rate cuts. Gold is all about rate cuts. Now that we're actually there, I feel like I got to double down and actually be trading it, be long it. So top pick for me is still gold longs. And I added here, we'll show, if we could show my screen here just for a second once more. I added gold recently on my own. So this is my own, personal setup outside of the trading battle. I added gold recently. So, I am still a believer in picking up gold unless we break bearish. If we show, clear signs that we've actually reversed, we put in, lower highs, lower lows, that sort of thing. For me, the easy trade right now, which could change, but easy for now, is stay long gold. Boris mentioned it earlier. Momentum's been favoring gold to the upside. I think going against it is tricky right now. So we'll see how it goes.
I think this
next week.
This screams for Nick to cut a video with Justin Bieber in there, where I'm a believer. In there.
Yep. I like that idea.
Or Shrek.
I'm gonna, being the degenerate that I am and knowing the perversity of the markets, I'm going to do something unusual. I'm going to go short NASDAQ. I think I want to be short NASDAQ just because everything is so hunky-dory. Everybody's so super happy.
Boris, I saw your tweet. I'm sorry to cut you off. I saw your tweet recently about maybe a trade for 2024 is long Dow, short NASDAQ. Thought it was really interesting.
Long DAX, because somebody was saying,
I thought it was Dow.
Because European. Europe is just in the dumps, but European economic surprises have actually been surprising to the upside. Like they're coming out of their horrendous recession. So that was an interesting pairs trade if you're thinking about that. But but if you're talking about short term, I just everything in my trader's body is telling me there's going to be a sell off precisely because nobody expects it. So I'd like to be short NASDAQ. That would be my call.
Nobody wants to be long the Nikkei 225.
Yeah, oh my God. I wrote, it's funny because I wrote like a story 4 years ago about how Nikkei was building the greatest, longest base in the world. And that it was such an amazing buy. And it really was at 20,000. That train has definitely, left the station at this point. It's really done well.
Well, what's funny is 34 years of investing, you're up 1.96%. Obviously, dollar cost average.
Only if you were buy and hold, but if you bought every year, you actually.
I know. Dollar cost averaging, you're slaying it for the last decade. But I just think it's funny that and also, are we surprised? I mean, we finally saw the Sun's break come off negative interest rates going to 0.1. The carry trade. So I've been pretty vocal about this the last couple of weeks. I don't think that the carry trade unravels this quickly. Too many good things, too much momentum, too much complacency. I don't think the carry trade unravels this quickly. We probably go into at least this U.S. election cycle until 2025, until things get really ridiculously scary as far as like, if we are melting up all year into 2024 and carry that over into Q1, Q2 next year, I will be a bear going into 2025. But I think the Nikkei is going to continue to push higher. The currency, I mean, we're running stops probably at that 152 level on the dollar yen. So we're trading right now 150, 113. We run all those stops at 152. It's a pain trade to the upside. We could drift up in. Boris, this goes back to the battle that I did with Blake. I mean, Blake was talking about that 153, 154, running out all the stops and then starting to transition and look for that to be later in the year. And I could certainly see something like that setting up. But anyway, joking aside, like Nikkei has just been too hot to handle and will not stop. And out of the gates, it's been crushing it this year compared to even the U.S. markets. But here we are just seeing the U.S. markets.
Although it's like Bitcoin, nobody paying any attention to it. It's kind of like one of those rallies that nobody trades.
So we got thoughts on gold, thoughts on dollar yen, and I think that kind of wraps things up for the questions. Any final parting words? We want to do a spot check on our positions, guys. How are we doing out there? With what you have running, we got some profit already. We take the profit, we let them run for a couple days. You can jump in and manage these trades however you want to, whenever you want to. I think the group is going to be closed out by probably Monday, Tuesday next week. So, but if you got trades you want to take off before Friday or trades that are looking good for today, tomorrow, you're welcome to manage those and make sure you lock in those profits for those charities. What are you guys having right now?
Yeah, I've got my screen pulled up. You can, if you want to check out my lovely assortment of trades here. I'm short Tesla, short. I don't know if I said it, but I shorted Australian dollar. That was my one currency trade here that I added. Of the dollar crosses, this is the only one I think right now that I like on the short side. Most things, not in love with long dollar, but Aussie dollar, of course, I'm long dollar, short Aussie. Yeah, I think that could be interesting. Tesla, Nvidia, I've got I doubled my position in Nvidia, so we'll see how that plays out. Bitcoin starting okay. We'll see how that goes. And gold, so mostly flat. I'm up a whopping $10 between everything right now.
Oh, baby. Boris, what do you have running on your P&L?
So I get, my balance is 10,122 because I took that quick scalp of NASDAQ. And now I'm just kind of floating. I'm obviously a little bit underneath, under the gun in Meta, but I'm literally going to run these to the fumes. I'm hoping Nick will hold his NVIDIA and not be a wussy and, cover it. Because really, I think the interesting trade here is kind of basically the Meta NVIDIA pairs into the end of the week. Who performs better on effectively a percentage base. It'll be interesting to
Boris,
see.
I'll hold it because NVIDIA only goes up. So why would I sell something that only goes up?
Number goes up. Number goes up. Exactly.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I probably, I could get short NASDAQ, but I think I've run out of margin because I kind of went full margin. So I will do everything that you're not supposed to do in trading just to see if I could win my charity. That's
Chris, real quick, I wanted to ask a favor to listeners. So I just wanted to say that today we did something really cool across the trading battle. We linked streams. We had a big event before this that, kind of ran into this one. And a ton of people are probably seeing a trading battle for the first time ever. And I just want to say that this event, at the end of the day, Boris and I and Chris, we've done this sort of stuff together for some time. We've traded together. But this is for charity. This is a really, really cool thing. And I don't know of one other, group on YouTube that's doing something like this, where they're basically putting up money to donate to charity for traders and offering free education to listeners. They brought this whole thing together. I know you guys are just as thrilled to be here as I am. And I want to ask a favor from the audience. If you're not already subscribed to The Trading Battle on YouTube, there should be a link in the description if you're watching on my channel. But if you're just on YouTube somewhere else, whether on The Trading Battle, wherever you are, I think all three of us a favor. We're thankful to be here. We're thankful that this event is happening. Make sure to go subscribe to The Trading Battle. That would be my one request to the audience. If you saw anything of value, if you enjoyed hanging out with us, that's my request to you.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't concur more. It's a great piece of content. You're going to learn a tremendous amount. There'll be lots of really great traders on the Trading Battle coming up. I'll be doing some hosting. Maybe even Nick will be doing some hosting. So, you learn a lot from how things work and how things really work in the markets, get some great perspectives. It's just like one of the best contents, it really is, because you can see real market prices, real executions, no hiding, no like, oh, look how much money I made yesterday. I don't care. It's all about, we trade the future like real traders, and that's what Trading Battle is all about. So please subscribe. I think it'll be one of the best pieces of content on YouTube. If you're interested in financial content, this is really great content.
Yep. Chris, I think you're muted on your stream.
Oh yeah. You guys took all the great hosting right out of my mouth. So I just want to show how easy it is on my screen. Go to youtube.com/thetradingbattle, and you can see that since I've been involved with the Trading Battle, great content, and it continues to be better and better and better. Look, you'll see traders that have been anywhere from 3, 4, 5 years, 8 years for Nick, 20 plus years for Boris, 20 plus years for myself. You'll get real traders, real trades, a great broker, great charts, great content, and it's really easy. Go to youtube.com/thetradingbattle, subscribe, get those notifications, and have a blast. And again, we do this live. We're obviously trading for charity, but look, a lot of these positions we like. I mean, I was curious when I asked about Forex trades. Nick, you're short the Aussie dollar. I was curious if anybody's interested in possibly doing a hedge where I think there's enough volatility on dollar crosses where maybe we could see, Aussie dollar could be down. If you're right on that trade, if you're wrong on that trade, I think pound dollar right now looks probably the best posture to go up. Just throwing it out there if you guys are interested, maybe a little bit about, go 50 pip stop on one, 100 pip take profit, see if you can end up making make a net profit on one.
Yeah,
So
we
just
got
throwing that out
BOE
there.
tomorrow, so that should create more volatility for dollar.
I know we have. Is it true we have 5 central banks this week? We had Aussie, we had BOJ, we have Fed, we have Swiss, and BOE tomorrow.
Yes,
That is a loaded central
That is
bank
a
week.
central
I've never
bank
seen
week.
5. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, great stuff, gentlemen. Lastly, before we go, I just want to see if there's any other questions coming in. Looks like we're good. So do us a favor. Jump onto the Trading Battle on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you wanted to get great education, literally you're getting BK Forex and Boris education for 6 months to 12 months. You're getting it for 0 with investing in yourself and funding an account. Nick, same thing with A1 Edge Finder, fantastic tool, all database, scraping and scouring the internet for all these fantastic news feeds and getting data-driven decisions. And you can follow Nick on A1 Trading. Before we go, how does everybody find you guys out there? How do we find, Nick Syiek? How do we find Boris Schlossberg? And how do we trade with you besides the Trading Battle? And then we'll wrap it up there. So take away for parting words.
Yeah, so my name just right here, TraderNick on YouTube. You could search that up. You can find me there. You can go to our website if you want to find out more about our tools, a1trading.com. And yeah, again, super stoked to be here. Can't wait to do it again.
Okay, and with me, of course, FX Flow on Twitter. Connect with me there because I'm pretty active on Twitter, as Nick knows. We have fun. We have fun there all the time. And or YouTube BK Forex, our YouTube channel. Connect us there, and of course, BKTraders.com is our website. Just come get me there. But honestly, if you just want to talk to me, either tweet at me at FX Flow or just email me contact@bktraders.com. And I'll be happy to engage with you and guide you in the right direction for everything that you need.
So last question here. Someone wants to know what you are getting with the 8-cap deal. Well, you're getting a funded account.
What are you getting from my 8-cap deal? You're
Yep.
getting 18 months of signals, both Kathy's FX signals and live trading signals of the equity markets with me. You're getting all of our indicators from TradingView. You're getting the Flash Trader EA, which helps you, put stops and targets on every single trade you make it at a click of a button. You're getting my Bounce EA, which allows you to auto trade most of the strategies that I showed you. And you're going to get coaching with me once a week, where we all have a little coaching session and discuss what we do right, what we do wrong, and deconstruct the strategies. It's a tremendous amount of thousands upon thousands of dollars of stuff that we charge for. You're getting it for the big fat price of a bagel, of a New York City bagel. So you're never going to see this. I think we're gonna keep this deal K's and Bally. That's why I'm doing it, because otherwise she'd kill me for letting you do this. But probably like 1 week, and then after that the deal goes away. So go ahead, make sure you do this.
For sure. So look, go find Nick on YouTube, find Nick on Twitter, Boris as well. You're in a great place, and I just think there's no better time to be a trader. I've said it for years. It's the best way to have an active hand in your financial future. The Trading Battle is excellent.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think this is the golden age of retail trading. It literally is the best time in the world to be a trader. There is literally everything that was on the institutional side when we're on the institutional side is now available to you at a click of a finger. And if you're just a little bit intelligent about it, there's just so much edge in the markets right now that it's amazing. It's a lot of fun.
Just come in, look, get a good education, set proper expectations. But man, there are so many opportunities every single day, every single week. You're going to find yourself, right? Like, your trader self is not the same person you are in real life. You have to find that. You have to dig deep. You got to find it somewhere. But the nice thing is if you trade small, trade often, you survive. I think that's what the market's all about. It's a game of survival, game of attrition. But just like Boris showed you, he jumps in and out every single day, sleeps like a baby at night. With all the siren stuff going off in New York City, he still sleeps like a baby. So, but he has to. You know, Nick, you're more of a swing trader. Myself, I'm all over the place. I'm trading short term, long term. I'm an investor. And I mean, we all do it our own way, but that's what you decide to do. It's like follow Boris and follow Nick and follow all these traders that will bring you on the trading battle, and you'll identify with somebody, resonate with somebody. But you can't get a better deal. I'm going to say this for the third installment of the trading battle this year in 2024. There is no better offer than what you're getting right now with this battle today. So, gentlemen, thank you guys so much. One quick P&L, real quick. Are any big fluctuations, or we're just still kind of flat? You know, as
I
things.
think we're closing out pretty much flat. I just actually closed out some other trades, but I'm pretty flat to where I am. I'm basically at 10,000 right now. I don't know where Nick is.
I'm flat as well, flat as well. But I will say, if anybody outside of the trading battle, I know after the trading battle ends, sometimes it could be curious to see. There will be, I'm sure, updates from the trading battle team. So follow their socials for the updates if you want that.
For sure.
But I'm pretty much flat. It's coming down to Nvidia and Bitcoin for me, probably. Those are the biggest swings in my picks. So we'll see.
Exactly.
All right.
So it's really going to be Nvidia versus Meta end of the week. We'll see who wins.
A little touch of Bitcoin in there too.
Right.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg against Jensen. That's what we're doing.
We got quite the trifecta brewing. Guys, thank you so much for being here in the trading battle. I thought it was awesome as usual, and so much to digest today with FOMC. Tomorrow's a new day. These trades are going to run for 3 to 5 days, and we're happy you're all here. So again, like and subscribe, follow the trading battle. There's going to be plenty more content ahead, and a great year of battling out. So we will see you soon. We'll all be live tomorrow. We'll all be in the markets, in the trenches again tomorrow, doing it all over. We do this each and every day. We eat, breathe, and everything else, this market and all the markets. But thanks a lot for being everybody. Take care. Happy trading, lots of profits, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye, guys. All right.